Good morning, America. Good morning, one and all. This is Dr. Churi from the Arid Zone. Today's newsletter is all about being positive for a change. Okay, so let's get on into it right away. I'm going to get the newsletter, and then the title is pretty obvious. The Doomsday Clock reveals how close we are to total annihilation, and that is truly false. All right, let's get going. Now, the Doomsday Clock reveals how close we are to die, literally. Okay. On Tuesday, this clock was set to 90 seconds until midnight, the closest to the hour it has ever been, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, which created the clock in 1947. Okay, so you're going to read the article, and you're going to have your own view, your own understanding, your own belief of what those educated idiots are, regurgitating out there. But first, most importantly, Dr. Churi, you are too confrontational. Can you believe that? All right. This is the exact words of a concerned radio host at Paranormal World Production to me just a few days ago, just before appearing to his show. I thought everything was okay. Like I did it 100 million times, we got on the air, okay? And he told me that you're too confrontational. So I told him, look, I'll tell you what, I'm a pro, okay? Been doing this for years, since 1991, 95, okay? And you could easily check my attitude by listening to any of my previous radio or TV shows. That's all he has to do, okay? Being on this channel and talking to you, the reality of Dr. Churi is a very different thing than to be on the air. So again, this guy simply assumed. Being real, secure, and confident in my cosmic wisdom was once again perceived negatively. But since I know he does read my newsletter, if I say nothing about it, that would not help him or anyone else that is misjudging me. All right. I don't believe in accident or meeting certain people. And meeting him, delegating with him, has a purpose that is so much deeper. So I decided to make his own fear a reality and educate some of you in the process. All right, now, word of caution, again, if you are oversensitive, critical, anal, or judgmental, you will find me negative, combative, and even perceive me as an egocentric. Okay? Or in this case, very combative. Okay. Should I control my fiery, hairy dragon's head, ruled by Master Warrior? Or keep being who the hell I am, a competitive leader of the mind? That is your personal perception of my honest and direct approach to life, which is based upon your own level of evolution and your perception of reality. Now, you can only judge someone through your 5 logical, rational, limited human senses. And it's all is based upon your education, of course, your experiences, and most of all, your intelligence or your natal karmic UCI. What the hell is UCI, Dr. Churi? Click on it and read, educate yourself, be smart. Again, if you went through UFO's experience like I did, of course you would understand me. Of course you would believe me. Until then, you have the right to be skeptical. Understand it's all based upon 3 very important things: your education, your experience, and your stars, period. Now, that is something that the majority of an unconscious human race is oblivious of. And they can only rebuff, okay, when facing something or someone like me that they are afraid or they don't really understand. That's all there is. You must never forget that, okay? If you land on me and if you're reading me, it is far from being just an accidental happening, okay? There is no accident in my world, okay? And there are forces at work you may not know yet. Okay, forces that you may not be able even to understand, to assimilate, to accept. And that can be the main reason why you're here today. All right. So do not judge me or anyone else for that matter. Just be curious, be tolerant, be smart, because you may gain something through my cosmic teaching. And I'm pretty sure that many of you already did. And I thank you for being here, for being smart and curious and different than the masses of idiots out there. Now, if you don't, it's simple. Our cosmic vibration or our karmic UCI, okay, it's much too different. And it's only when the student is ready, that would be many of you, that the real teacher will appear. Now, I truly believe those educated idiots are totally unaware of the supraconscious creative force in time and space. Okay, and they involve fear-mongering. Those scientific research are nonsensical. They are just assumptions. I see very clearly the damage they can do to us. Okay, what they see is the potential daily use of Putin's nuclear arsenal as the main reason for humanity extinction. Okay, they're all aligning with all the religious fanatics awaiting Jesus' return or the wrath of God and the end of time. All right, you can read the diagram they made to reinforce your fears. Oh, listen, it's going to get better. Pay attention, listen. And this is exactly what the reptilius agenda is all about, my good friend. And there's more fear, more chaos, more uncertainty, more panic upon us all. And spread their mental poisoning all over the world through this typical stupid type of research and announcement is not the way to go. Again, I doubt very much those well-educated morons would accept my UFO's experience as legit or even believe in various groups of extraterrestrial agenda. Okay? But what makes this situation much worse is their lack of responsibility, the lack of knowledge, the lack of cosmic wisdom, and most of all, the power, the creative, humongous power of the superconscious in time and space. Because we are all responsible as a whole for the future of humanity. I can only wonder how many of those rational men and women watch my UFO movies or my movie on the superconscious in time and space and realize again and again and again that I told you so many times, pay attention. The future is nothing else than the reincarnation of the thoughts. Again, the chance of any of them to be remotely interested or curious enough to exit the box of formal education is non-existing. And that is tragic because our infantile scientific community, including the Church Inc., are well organized, they are very, very wealthy, and they are all able to spend millions of dollars advertising their nonsense on all major news networks. I can't do that. I only have you. That's why it's important to share my message. There is one thing here between divine cosmic information that I produce and I offer you for free and pure imagination of all these educated idiots out there. Now, giving in to your fear because of your indoctrination, that if you're religious, chances are we all have been, somewhere, somehow, geographically poisoned by any form of religion, okay? Or because of the member of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist, and you know their name here, right here. I'm not going to waste my time, saying their name, okay? They are unconsciously unaware of forces that feed the reptilius, and they are supporting their agenda, and that's not the way to go. Imagine for a second, all right, sure, many of you have kids, okay? And your kids, or your teen, okay, is landing on such an article, and his natal karmic UCI is, is Neptunian, which means he's prone to be religious, okay, and to believe he's going to end up in hell, for example, or he's just very, very emotional, okay. So he will firmly believe that there is no hope for humanity since God wants to punish all humans for their sins, and now science reinforces their fears. It's not good for your kids to hear this junk. It's not good for your kids to eat McDonald's all day long. And you're doing the same when you're feeding your children with junk, mental junk, poisoning junk like this. What is the point for any sensitive kids eating again this mental junk to believe in himself, to believe in education and the future? What's the point? You wonder why they take drugs and they do crimes and they become crazy and completely out of order? Not only because the current Scorpius dragon is driving everybody crazy and want everybody to kill each other's, okay? Not just because of that. Now, adults have forgotten what it means to be a child or a teen, where hormone and emotion override their logic. You know, I remember when I was a kid, I was like 10 years old, 6 years old, I was playing in the street. Everything was so huge, everything was so big. And one day I came back to the house when I grew up. Oh my gosh, it was so tiny. But when I was a kid, it was big, it was huge. Imagine giving that junk to those kids, how huge it is to them, because they are not fully developed yet. The mental process is not strong. They don't have much rational. It's all about hormone and emotions. Use logic. Your kids are in serious danger because of those educated morons. Okay, what is the point again? For these kids to be alive when you give them those. And you wonder why suicide will never stop. My God, have mercy. Now, imagine if you're a parent, how would you have reacted? Okay, and ended with such a tragic negativity, tainting your hopes and your future when you were a kid yourself. Again, because the member of the bulletin of the atomic scientists are notorious, stupid, and on a position of power, this does not mean they know what they're talking about. Please pay attention. Look at this idiot. He is a sex offender. Look at his stars. He's not only ugly, he's a moron, okay? He's an educated idiot, okay? You see that astrological physicist is forbidden supreme wisdom by God himself. He's a rational idiot set by the reptilius to own a position of power and notoriety in the scientific community. He knows nothing of the cosmic code at the spiritual level. Doesn't mean he's an idiot when it comes to rational science. Okay, anybody can do that. You don't have to be gifted. You just got to have a good memory and read the book and regurgitate the book. That's what he does. Okay, move on. So, for you and your kids again to trust those idiots, those famous astrophysicists, or all the popular medical doctor that you see on national TV selling you drugs, okay, is very unhealthy. Especially those who ridicule astrology or think knowing better than erudite men of the past, like this idiot out there, Neil deGrasse, disgrace. Again, remember, the father of medicine said, a physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. You're talking about the father of medicine, for God's sake. So this idiot thinks he knows better than Einstein, Tesla, and Hippocrates. Wow, my God. Okay, this is why the reptilians put those people in power and why they also created over 875 different religions, because religions have killed more people than all the disease, all the war, and all the natural disaster combined together. It's to make human weak, insecure, confused, and become psychical meat for those nefarious entities. Religions were created by the rich so that the poor don't kill the rich. Use your head. Now, there is a quote in the Bible, and now you may understand a little bit more about this quote. God, gave power to the faint. No. Secondly, this Bible verse of the day says it's impossible, it's unsearchable to find the answers about God. And he gives especially power to the moron, okay? Nothing can it be more ridiculous and false. The astrology has all the answers. God has enslaved all his children to search for. God's cosmic secret do not belong to the feeble-minded, to the educated idiot, and to the weak, but to smart souls like you that are able, curious, and willing to bypass indoctrination and decided to master God's cosmic design and realize Jesus' cosmic ministry speaking his will through the stars like God. It's only when the student is ready that the gifted teacher will appear. Here's my course. We're starting tomorrow. Okay. We got a bunch of people. I thank all of you, okay, to be live on Zoom with me starting tomorrow. Okay. And I think also dozens and dozens of all of you who cannot attend, but already have paid to learn from me. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. All right. Now, this is not over yet. Pay attention. It's very important that you pay attention to the rest, my good friends. Stay on. Listen. As mentioned countless times before in my newsletter and in my YouTube video, there are wars in the heavens, not only on planet Earth. We are the end product of a magnificent design. We are the dead end of what's going on above, okay? Above as below as above, okay? Open up. The benevolent draconists, or the gardeners of the solar system, will never, ever allow the negative, nefarious reptilius to destroy their experiment. Yes, you're like, you don't know how to do an experiment. Okay. Yet, as imposed by the Galactic Federation of Grand Cosmic Orders, ETs are not allowed to interfere physically with the human affair, period. But the unruly reptilius, they're not going to obey the laws. They're like a gang in the universe. They're dedicated to promote and maintain evil or negativity in all its splendor. Remember, up and down, black and white, front to back, God, devil, yin, yang. Okay? 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, everything is jeweled. You cannot have a God without a devil. You cannot have positivity without negativity. The forces of evil have as much drive to stay alive. That's why they hijack the mind, the body, and the soul of all these infected losers, or their lost souls, okay, that kill everybody, especially when the tail of the dragon currently is on the deadliest sign of all. And you wonder why this world is going crazy, why you have a mass shooting every single day. That's why. Put your hand on my book. It's there. It's explained. All right, move on. Without your endless fear, chaos, pain, insecurity, suffering, and wars, those negative entities cannot survive. Understand what I just say. They need your nasty, negative thought. They need your depression. They need your insecurity. They need chaos. They need war. They need blood. They need all this like you need air to breathe every single day to survive on planet Earth. And again, when the true MG12 UFO contactee appears in this world, Dr. Cherry, you may know him by the sign that all are in confederacy against him. That's why there is a conspiracy against Dr. Cherry. Sad enough, my legitimate cosmic teaching about UFOs and ET truth agenda with humans has been muted by oblivious, reptilious, infected people refusing to have me on their TV radio show. Some are insecure, like this guy who said I was too confrontational. And then people like George and Tom, or even ancient alien management, they just don't want me. They're infected. They don't know. That's terrible. They don't want me to pass on the truth of what really is going on. And that's why I'm so glad I have that opportunity. It was decided by God for me to be fired by all these people who have so much imagination, okay, and no really facts about extraterrestrial, to attract only those who are able to relate to me. Again, all those UFO popular experts, believe me, they are the least knowledgeable of what's really going on with extraterrestrials. All they can do is regurgitate the story, which are often exaggerated, even made up. Like this lady who was flying saucers, and she goes on Mars for weeks and come back, and whoa, that's a true Neptunian. I mean, it's so obvious that you have to pay me $1 million just to actually sit there 1 second. Okay, now, these are the people who are deceived, okay? Now, it's important that, again, none of these people that you see on Ancient Alien have dedicated with UFO or seen a UFO. All they're doing is just getting a story and embellishing it and selling it so that you get a lot of people that go to Ancient Alien or Coast to Coast because he brings advertisement. It's all about peseta, not the truth. Okay, Tom and George don't care about the truth. Remember, they kicked my butt because I was accurate. Okay, I was real. I was the only one who said Trump won't be elected and COVID will kill a lot of people and expect a lot of fire in Australia and millions of animals to die. And then Katrina and 9/11 and all that good stuff. Okay. And you wonder why I'm passionate about my work. You got to realize what's going on and work with me and share my work because I only have you. I'm not on coast to coast anymore. And Chanelian don't want me there because I would give exact prediction and then steal the show. Common sense. They talk. Oh, Dr. Cherry is too confrontational. He's too real. He's not real. Blah, blah, blah. He's an ego. Whatever. It's what you believe. And it's what you learning from me. Now, again, they will not invite me anymore on their UFO conference to speak the truth I own as a real contactee. Okay. But I always said, God and the good ETs have a very specific plan for us all, including you and me. Okay. And the future we speak is truth in time. My message is clear to you, my friend. I will come at the core of this work. Do not give in to fear. Do not feed the reptilius. Participate in universal psychical cleansing with all your heart. We are not doomed because of a revengeful God punishing you forever, burning in hell. No, don't buy this junk. Okay. Okay. Be, or at least try, becoming a force of light. Okay, work with the draconis, feeding you right now with the forces of the sun. Okay, the forces of the sun is when you feel happy, when you create something and you look at the result of your creation, when you help somebody, when you do and feel worth to be alive. That's why you got to be creative. That's why you got to be real. You got to be who you are, and you will not change for anyone. Period. You are a child of the universe, and there is a reason for you to be. You know it or not. It's the truth. And there are forces you cannot understand well above your head that are directing the music. Again, you have been made in the image of God. You like it or not, you know it or not. This means you own the essence of creation within your soul. And you are, all of you listening to me, male and female, men and women, okay? You are all God and goddesses in training on this dense physical world. You're learning and realizing that you create your own reality each passing day because of your thought. So when I tell you again, the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thought, you should pay really attention. You should not allow anything negative to come out of your mouth. You should control those reptilians which are already up here. You heard of the reptilian mind? Yes, there it is. And then you have the draconis on the other side, the creative side, the happy side, the loving, the integrity, the honesty, the drive to serve and heal and help. The benevolent draconis is not a product of my imagination. Again, watch your thought. They'll become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it will become your destiny. I am Dr. Cherry not because I wanted to be Dr. Cherry. I was set by the cosmic code, by God's cosmic will, and by the ETs who have chosen me to do a mission. My mission is to help you. Sad enough, this world has created a rational, practical type of thinking generated by this bunch of idiots that you see the end of the world, okay, the clock. And it cannot be changed without changing our thinking. And that's why I'm here, to help you to change your thinking, not to be gullible, not to be swallowing any of the 875 different religions out there that produce all sorts of disagreement and war and death, okay? Instead, look for the answers inside of your soul. Listen to your intuition. If Dr. Turing seems to be real in any way, shapes, or form, okay? If your intuition tells you that, then join the clan, okay? Join the clan of love and light. Be part of this new age movement as we move into the age of Aquarius. The reality of our space brother will come even more obvious as we move into the future. Okay, you can also join my course. Remember, this is the last day for you to join, okay? Email Charania, call Charania, do what you have to do. If you feel that you have to join, it's your chances. Because those people are not going to be studying from me and not going to be with me the next few days just by accident. They are chosen one. They don't know yet. All right, my good friend. We come at the end of this meeting today. I hope you've learned something. Please, please, please be part of the light. Okay? Be part of the light. I only have you share my work. I'm not on CNN. I'm not on Fox. Coast to Coast kick my butt for being real. Ancient aliens are afraid of me because I know better than them altogether. They don't like it. They won't accept it. So I only have you. Do your part. Bring good karma to you. Help us to make this world a better place to be. Peace.